So you've spent years building your personal brand, and now you're considering a partnership. Should you be concerned about giving it up? Easily one of the most common topics that we have to discuss with a firm that's considering joining a larger firm is the topic of brand. And they've spent years obviously building their business, their personal image in their local and regional communities, and often they're concerned about giving it up. So let's unpack that topic just a bit. The first thing that I would really try to emphasize is when we say brand, we need to have a really firm understanding of what that means. When I think of brands, I think of national, well-known, easily recognizable names, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, the Dallas Cowboys, things like that. And so the thing I would encourage you to realize is that when you say brand, you probably don't have a brand in the traditional sense. What you really have is a local brand. And so most RIAs, I would say, beyond their client roster, don't really have much name brand recognition. If I were to go 2 or 3 states away from where you are and in a public setting, ask a stranger if they recognize your name, the odds are they probably won't. So let's just be careful when we say we have a brand, making sure we really understand what that means. The second thing that I would tell you, and this is born out of multiple acquisitions, both as an RIA owner myself, wherein I did 9 acquisitions, my time spent with United Capital, where we did over 30 acquisitions, and of course now at Alaris, where we have done multiple acquisitions as well. The clients don't care. The clients, they care that you are going to be there post-transaction. They care that your teammates are going to be there. They care that your services aren't going to be degraded, that fees aren't going to be arbitrarily raised with no commensurate value being delivered. None of that stuff happens. And so the bottom line is clients don't ultimately care what name is on the door. They just want to make sure that the team that they initially hired and worked with and the services they're getting are going to remain intact. And that typically always occurs when you're considering joining a larger firm. I would also ask you to consider a few things about changing your brand or adopting the larger entity's brand that are really benefits to you. Typically, there is additional resources and expertise that's associated with their brand. And if you had a different name or retained your name, it wouldn't be logical to think that you could access those resources. Secondly, would be on any type of marketing. Most of the larger firms, they have some organic growth strategies that they can bring to the table. And if you don't have their name, how can they deliver that organic growth through those strategies to you? So if you are reluctant to adopt their brand, it may prevent you from accessing, otherwise it would be really great benefits for you. You may ask if they will be willing to do a co-brand. If it's ultimately a significant hurdle for you to climb over, I would tell you maybe they should consider co-branding with you. So your name would be at the top and maybe a division of XYZ Wealth Management or some other something like that. I would tell you, even in the instances where we've had firms really push for a co-brand, typically 2, 3, 4 months into it, once they realize that the clients don't care, they go ahead and move on to the new brand altogether. So it's an important thing. Obviously, you've invested a lot of time and money into building your brand, but I'm just telling you, ultimately, the clients don't care. And to the extent that you would agree with that, you should move as fast as you can to adopt the new brand. So that's my opinion on brand. I hope you received a lot of value from that. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Happy to have a conversation and explore this further, as well as any other M&A related topic. I'm Alan Darby, CEO of Alaris Acquisitions. I'm looking forward to meeting you soon.